O3 mini high, O3, O5, O10, O16, dude. Every single seems like every single week we have a new model. So I personally like to use Cursor, and inside of Cursor, let's go CD. Let's get into my brand new GitHub here, and I'll say code dot, and I'll open it right up. Okay, this is gonna open up my Cursor page. I I like Cursor because it's AI integrated. So let's just go ahead and make a README here, readme.md. We'll start here with the README because I need to get you up to speed before I get going. But this is how you actually use AI in trading algorithms, because at the end of the day, it really comes down to your process. What's your process? How to build trading algorithms, algorithms. I have a really, really solid process that has done well for me, and it comes down to RBI. It's research, then you backtest. So you're researching strategies, trying to find good strategies, find good trading strategies, then use AI to code a backtest. Cursor here, if I hit Command I have Claude 3.5 Sonnet here. Every coder knows that Sonnet 3.5 is the best AI coding right now. Okay, great. We also have access to O1, O3, Claude, Opus. So if these things get a little tricky, sometimes I'll switch models. But to be real, dude, I get off on 3.5 right now. This will probably change if you're watching this later. It might be 4.5, it might be 5.5. At the end of the day, the way we use AI is to build the algorithms, build the back tests. So before you even build a bot, so that's implement, and this will save you so much money. Don't be like me and just run to a bot immediately. You have to research first, find good strategies, and then back test those strategies to see if they worked in the past. If they worked in the past, into a bot with small size. That's the simple process. That's as simple as it can get, dude. RBI, research, backtest, and then implement. This will save you so much money because the algorithmic trading process, whether you're using AI or not, you better be using AI to code. Let's be honest, dude. You're cooked if you're not. So I'm sorry. I can just code so much faster than you. And I'll show you throughout today how we're going to use AI. And I'll show you every step of the way. So today what I want to do is build a bunch of algorithms. And again, this is the most important part, dude. Everybody wants to build a trading bot, but nobody's going to give you a trading bot. If you click on a YouTube video like this and you think that I'm going to give you a bot to just run and make $1 billion, you're wrong. I want to teach you something much better than that. I want to teach you how to go ahead and build trading algorithms for the rest of your life. Whenever you have an idea, if you think you have an edge, test that edge on a back test. It's 100% free. Beautiful, because the R and the B, they're free, dude. They're free. So everybody's like, how much does it cost to algo trade? Dude, you don't want to trade anything until you prove your edge in the past. We have Cursor, you have Windsurf, you have all of this AI, and this is how AI is used. Of course, there's more advanced ways to use AI, and maybe we'll talk about that later. You can use hidden Markov models to see when the regime changes. That's what Jim Simons, who is the best algorithmic trader in the world, used to use. And there's a bunch of other good machine learning models here. Let me give you some resources first. Jim Simons, he's the best algorithmic trader ever. He recently passed, but he ran up a net worth of $31.4 billion, and he used machine learning. Now, before the trendy AI, yada, yada, it was called machine learning. It's data, putting millions and millions of lines of data in and making decisions off that data. Yes, there are some ways you can do price prediction. I don't know. You can take satellite images of parking lots of Walmart to kind of forecast their sales and pass that into a machine learning model, which is AI. Anyways, there's a ton of different ideas here. You can use AI in different ways, but I think the lowest hanging fruit for you and me is just using AI to code out our backtests in order to see if things worked in the past. If they worked in the past, they might work in the future. Now, another good resource that I studied a lot was this Stanford machine learning class, Stanford machine learning with Andrew Ng. This is pretty much a must watch if you want to really understand machine learning. It's very in depth here. It's a literal class, dude, at Stanford. You know, so it's like hour long videos that are, there's 20 of them. So you can consume that. I just wanted to give you a couple good resources here at the start. But for the rest of today, I want to just go ahead and keep showing you how to use AI in order to build out these algorithms. So let's go ahead and do that. And I made a new GitHub here, and we're going to go ahead and say save here, how to build trading algorithms. So it starts with research, then you go to backtest, and then if it worked in the past, implement to a small size. Make sure to keep size tiny, as not everything that works in the past will work in the future. Okay, how do I use AI now, dude? Okay, let's make a folder here of called backtest. Backtest here. Let's also make a folder called data. I'm a data dog. Let's say data here. Okay, so this is going to be on the GitHub. And let's go ahead and say backtest one. Let's just say VWAP.py. I just want to show you how easy it is to do this. Please code me a backtest that uses the VWAP, and when price moves across the VWAP, buy to the upside, and when it moves downward, sell. Use Yahoo data in order to pull the data in within the same script, and use backtesting.py in order to backtest the code, and do it all in one script here. So this is using AI to build algorithms, and you can literally do this all day long. Costs 4 cents a spin. 4 cents a spin, bro. So much love to you. Yo, what's up? 1010 777, the B and Jupiter. Sometimes the weapon of defense destroys the user. Have you filled FTM refund form for those that were scammed? What is the FTM refund form? I don't know what that is. Phantom refund form? Yo, Rafal, what's up, dude? So you can see this AI just popped it all out for me here. So as long as you can do this process over and over and over again until you find things that work in the past, it's hard not to be successful as an automated trader. But what happens? Most people quit. Most people say like, oh, damn, I tested 10 things and it didn't work. Well, I'm going to test 20 things and I'll find something, you know? So it's just it's about your will and how long you're going to go is the question. So let's hit accept here. You can see it just coded it out for me here. I need to get onto the right Python package here. Let's go over here to TFlow. Okay, so now it says pip install this, but I think I already have that stuff. So let's go ahead and see if it works. I doubt it's going to work the first run, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's go ahead and run it. Wow, dude. First run, almost. Not quite. So this is how you use AI, dude, to build algorithms. You just copy paste. Please fix the bug. We'll talk about more in-depth machine learning type things later. But you have to be able to code first. And if you don't know how to code, dude, just take 3 hours out of your day every single day until you learn, please. It's all on YouTube. I've got a bunch of videos that show you how to code. I got you, bro. Okay, let's say accept here. Okay. And let's see if it works here. And then I'm going to go code out another backtest. You can see here, this is the backtest here. And it was actually profitable. That's funny. Let's see here. The return is 127%. Now, since I know how to code, I can run up in here and get a better data set here. I want to print out the whole stats here. Print. Here, actually. Yeah, let's print the full stats. I think I can do that here. So let's just do that. Okay. Okay, that looks pretty good. There's the stats. Here's the full stats here. So not too hard, dude. Like I got this. It's only one trade, so it's not a good back test, but you can see the return is 127%. Sharp ratio is actually decent, but this is a buy and hold strategy essentially. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll show you how we're going to work with this, but then I'm going to go build some actual back tests that have some creativity to them, and then I'll show you how to use AI in order to do the rest. Please make this so it does not output the HTML file. I don't want that saved. And also, please update this in order to get more trades. As you can see, there's only one trade. Okay, I want to get data from and how and so I want to make a, let's see here. Let's go ahead and run this first. Let's get this fixed. Let's see if it goes ahead and gives us a little bit better of a strategy here. Now, this is where you have to put in your creative genius, dude. Nobody's going to tell you, AI is not going to just tell you a good strategy. You have to read papers, but I'll show you all that. I'll show you where to read papers. I'll show you where to find YouTube videos that have strategies, books. We'll find all that. I'll show you all that, dude. I'm going to delete this. MoonDev VWAP, let's delete this. I don't want that in there. And let's go to the VWAP. I'm going to give it one more try. And then I want to go ahead and move into some custom data. I want to move into some custom ideas. I want to show you all day how to actually use AI, dude, because I don't know. It's just, we have just so much opportunity here. We have so much opportunity, and the ones that are really able to use AI are us, developers, dude. So Yahoo has a limitation on hourly data. So I'm going to get a better data source here, and we're going to continue this. But I just wanted to show you a quick overview of how to do this. I'm going to delete this file for now. You saw it outputted stats. I don't need to play around with it because I've got much better strategies that I wanted to get to. Okay, backtest. I have backtest. I have data. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to get some data in here. I'm a data dog, and you know that, dude. So I have some good data, I believe, in this genetic algorithms here. Let's go ahead and look. Let's go to our data sets here, and we have. Okay, where did I put all of that good data? So I have a lot of good data. ADA, last pop. I've got a really, really great folder of data, and I just need to find it real quick. So let me go ahead to get to my GitHub here. GitHub desktop, because I'm a noob tube and BIA. Okay, let's go ahead and say
Bill, baby, Bill. Organize. Nice.
Yes, our slogan must be learn, baby, learn, so that we can
Earn, baby, earn.
so we can earn, baby, earn. Okay, here we go. Maybe it's in this folder here, data. Yep, here we go. So this is mad data, dude. Mad data. Mad data here. We got ES. We got all the data we need. GB, ETH, 1 hour, ETH, BTC. We got oil. We got GBP. We got Google. We got Microsoft. We got NG. Yes, dude. I told you I'm a data dog. You got to be a data dog in order to do this. If you're not a data dog, you wouldn't be here right now. So, you know, you're smart. You're a smart guy, dude. You came and found me. You're looking for a better way to trade, dude. So before processing data, bento. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and say reveal in Finder here. And I'm going to put all of this data in the GitHub. All of it. Give me all of the data. Put it in the GitHub, dude. I want all this data. I'm a data dog. He's a data dog. He said it so many times. He sits here and tells you all day he's a data dog. He's a data dog. Oh my God, bro. I am a data dog. Look at all this data I have. Holy smokes. This is gigabytes. Is he about to drop gigabytes on the GitHub? Yeah, he is, actually. Does anybody have access to the GitHub? No. They actually don't. Damn. I'll give you access though. Somewhere in this video, I'll show you how to get access to all of this GitHub and all that. I'm gonna do like a challenge that walks you through everything here at the end of the month because I know you're gonna be in and out today because you probably work a job and that's cool. One data download. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. What is this? Data download IB Yahoo. Damn, dude. PP drops nines pre-process. I don't know what the heck these are. It's just because I built them before. So let's read through them. Okay, this is from IB, Interactive Brokers. This here, data download Yahoo. Okay, this is a daily download here. Backtest, scripts, data. Where should I put this? Should I just put it in the data folder? This is a sick file, bro. Let's go ahead and see if it works. First off, okay, so when you're researching, backtesting, and implementing, to backtest, you need data. So I need to make sure to explain that. Explain super clear that in order, or what backtesting is. So I have this roadmap here. It's not available to the public anymore, but you know, it's fire. Here's my book list. If you want to screenshot it, it's gone now. Let's go ahead and this is the RBI framework, dude. This is what I'm showing you here. I use AI throughout this, but it's really using AI to research and backtest. And then of course you use AI to implement into a trading bot, but you have to earn the right to build a trading bot. And that's going to save you so much money, dude, because everybody wants to build a bot and they build a bot and they lose a bunch of money and they're like, oh, bots don't work. No, dude, your approach needs to be a little different. That's it. You have to make sure that the things work in the past, because if they work in the past, it gives a greater chance, a greater probability that it will work in the future. It's not guaranteed, but the process of automating your trading starts with research of trading strategies. Then backtest those strategies, see if they actually work in the past. If they do, they are not guaranteed, but much more likely to work in the future. It's RBI, research, backtest, and then implement. Research trading strategies and alpha generation techniques. You've got Google Scholar here. You've got books. You've got podcasts. You've got YouTube. So you can really just come up with any idea you want. Pretty fire, dude. And it's free. Researching and backtesting is free. It's free. It's free. It's free. Okay, so here we're going to say backtest data and backtest data. Should I make a scripts folder here? I think I'm going to make a scripts folder here. Yo, 777, dude. Data dogs. Ramiro, what's up, dude? 777. Ramiro. I'm trying to roll my R's, bro. Hard. It's hard for me. I'm going to show you a bunch of ways to get data. Okay, let's start with that. So let's first start with this data here. Do I put them in here? How'd that look, bro? How'd that look? I don't love them being in the same folder. Let's close this one. I don't love them being in the same folder, but I want to make sure this is structured correctly. I'm trying to think about this clearly here in the morning time. So one, okay, data IB, data Yahoo. Okay, let's start with data Yahoo, dude. So data downloads. Because I'm going to have backtests, I'm going to have data, and I'm going to have bots. So let's say bots. Okay, data, backtests, and bots. In the data folder, I'm going to just name them with a 1. Just so they come up first. And Yahoo daily download data download.py. Okay. And then I'll say, this is how you download data from Yahoo on the daily format time frame. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some of this data in here, dude. So the first thing we'll need to do is make our imports here. And if you have any questions, this is another great way to use AI, dude. Watch this. Let me go ahead and import some more stuff here. So I want you to see all the code, so I'm going to do it chunk by chunk. Okay, you can see save directory. Define the save directory here. Okay, so you can see I'm saving it here, but this is from a different file. But another great way to use AI is if you're learning how to code, dude, just copy this code and be like, hey, I'm learning how to code in Python and I need you to instruct me line by line of this code and show me how it works. Explain it to me like I'm a 12th grader. And yeah, just keep in mind that I'm learning Python right now. So give me like 3 examples for each concept. And just keep doing that. Keep doing that. Because if you keep doing this, dude, you will understand everything in Python by the end of it. Please don't be one of those dudes that doesn't actually learn how to code. Please, please, please take the time. I locked in for 4 hours a day for a year, dude. So it is hard, but it's not. It's just English, you know? I'll break down the VWAP strategy code line by line. So anytime you have a question about the code, just post it in here to the chat and ask it to break it down for you. Okay, so Command I pulls up the composer, or Command K, I believe, pulls up the chat. What are the differences? No, Command K pulls up the inline code here. So we have 2 different options here. So L will hit the chat. The chat you can think of like, okay, we're only going to really talk to this file. Composer has access to all of your code. 2 different things, and they have like an agent, an AI agent. So I don't want to overwhelm you right now, but there's multiple ways we can use AI in order to get ahead here. And this first file that we're building out is a way to download data from Yahoo Finance for free. So I'm going to pull in a bunch of different datas up in here. So you can see these are all the datas that I want. And I'm going to make a folder here that says Yahoo Daily data. And I'm going to put the Yahoo Daily data up in here. I'm going to put this path.
Right? You just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide. And then from that point, the universe is going to get out your way. It's like it's water. It wants to move and go around stuff, you know.
You can copy, you could just hit right click here and you hit copy path or copy relative path. Copy relative path is a shorter link, and I'm just going to use the relative path for now. It directs to the same place. Java is easier than French. Absolutely, dude. Java is easier than Spanish. I was learning Spanish at the same time of learning code, and I still don't know Spanish. All right, so what I want to do is pull in the rest of this code here so you have access to it. I'll go through it very quickly, but like I said, if any of this does not make sense, just grab the part that doesn't make sense. You can see we're downloading and saving data here, and you can just grab this part and say, hey, copy, Command L, and then paste it in there. Hey, please explain how this code works chunk by chunk. I'm just learning how to code. Give me 3 examples for each concept here. Okay, so I can just say that and it will explain it all to me, dude. So I can just keep using that every time I don't understand something. I know how to code. So you can see we're pulling in data here for pandas. And if I were getting started again today, I would just be doing that. I want to also show you you're probably wondering how I'm using my pinky in order to text. So I actually use AI in order to type as well. So let's see if we can find it. I always call it the wrong thing. Whisper flow. I always call it that, dude. It's not that. That's a different thing. Effortless voice dictation. It is actually that. It is that. Sorry. I call it voice flow. Anyways, this is the coolest thing I've seen in a while. It allows me to hit the pinky button, my pinky button, the one it's called FN. And when I can talk to the AI, I just hold it down and it lets me text. Now, short story short, I spent 4 hours a day learning how to code, but before that I had to spend 4 hours a day learning how to type, because I knew if I was looking at an iPad to watch these coding tutorials and trying to type them at the same time, if I had to keep going back and forth looking at my keyboard, I wouldn't learn as fast. That was 4 years ago. Now we have this little AI voice dictation, which is super smooth. They use regular voice dictation, but then they layer AI on it in order to make sure that the sentences come out correctly and the punctuation's nice. And if you like revert on saying something, watch, I can hold it down. Hey, please go ahead and walk me through this code step by step. And it changed my typing speed to like 150. And I was able to get to 70 by practicing how to type for so many hours, dude. So, anyways, this code here is going to help us download all of the data from Yahoo Data. Yahoo Data is free. It's just a free, fun way you can get data. Let's see if it works. So it should post some data up in here into this. I'm downloading data for all of these. You can see this is Forex data. This is stock data. This is future data. I'll show you later how to get crypto data and all that good stuff. But the cool thing with algo trading, dude, is it's all very similar. So a market is a market, and you can backtest for all markets for free, dude, for free. Hey, baby girl, what's up? Little pup. I got a little puppy. She be yapping, so she be yapping, I be internet trapping, and then we just keep it pushing all day, dude. So here you go. You got all the code, dude. I believe code's the great equalizer. And if I share all of this, I show you exactly how to get data here on Yahoo. You can step on the gas, dude, because now you know two things. You know, one, first, the RBI system that I follow. It's free to automate your trading, dude. It's free. It's free. Especially when you follow this, because you're going to have so much confidence when you actually build that trading bot, and then you'll use tiny size. And if it matches up for 30 days, then you can increase size, matching up to the back test, because things that work in the past don't always work in the future. And some people will cap to you and say they do. Not me, dude. Not me. I believe code's a great equalizer. Let's go ahead and run this and see if we can get this going. You can see starting to download Apple stock here. So Yahoo download, data download. What is this? What's going on here? No data found. Okay, it's looking. Oh, it's looping, dude. It's looping. That's right. It's looping. It's getting all the days here. So successfully downloaded for all these days. You can see there's probably some weekends or something. Still going through Apple. Okay. It got all Apple data. Okay. Now you have data. Now you're a data dog. Now you know exactly how to get the data, dude. You're a data dog. Let's get it. What's up? What's up, young fella? How you doing, bro? Hope you've been productive. Yes, sir. Okay, so now you have the script to get all the data that you need. You can see Google data is coming in now. You got all the code here. Let me scroll through it real quick. You got all access to it. Now you're a data dog. Welcome. Welcome to the data dog squad, bro. And now that you're a data dog, you can go ahead and step on the gas with me because I'm going to show you how to actually use AI here all day to build trading algorithms while nobody else will. So much love to you, dude. All right, so now that we have this code here, we can actually go back to here, or we have this data. Let's go ahead and maybe grab one more set of data here. Let's get the Google one in here, and then we'll move forward. I won't keep this running, but you have the ability now to get the data on the daily for all of these different things, dude. You got crude oil, natural gas, silver, gold, Russell 2000, Dow Jones, NASDAQ, dude. You got everything, bro. You got everything. Come on, let's step on the gas. It's time. It's time to step on the gas. Okay, now it's going for Microsoft data. Okay, this is all free on the internet. No API keys, nothing, dude. Nothing, bro. That's fire. That's fire in the chat. Oh, snap. That's fire in the chat, bro. Fire in the chat, dude. Fire in the chat. Okay, so now you know how to get data. Well, what do you do once you have data, dude? Well, let's go ahead and cook up a little back test. How about that? How about we cook a little back test up, dude? How about that? So how about like a LS, let's call this the LSMA Guppy RSI strategy, dude. Let's go to backtest here and say RSI Guppy .py. And in order to come up with strategies, dude, of course, we have a ton of strategies here in the members area, but that's not, these are from papers. So you can see we're using the LSMA indicator short-term Guppy RSI. So that's a special type of RSI here. Here are the settings, using BTC futures on the 30-minute, green candlestick, price above LSMA, green Guppy RSI. And you could Google this if you don't understand any of it. I don't have time. We got to step on the gas here in 2025. I don't teach this anymore. The Algo Trade Camp's closed. You can get in the TradeBot Challenge. If you can pass that, then we'll keep moving. All right, here's the actual strategy here. Here's the pictures of the strategies. Okay, dude, what's next? Well, let's just code it out. And let's give you all of the code while we code it out. How about that? Much love to you. I believe code's a great equalizer. I believe if I show you everything, then you can have anything you want. Let's say from backtesting, import. You can see here it's doing some cursor AI here for us, and it's actually importing a lot of the things that we need. So I can hit tab here. You can see how much faster at coding this makes you. Import NumPy.
Hey, dickhead, get your mind right. Don't preach to me about my perky habit, bitch. This is my life.
Import TAlib. Okay, let's make a class here and say LSMA Guppy RSI strategy. Dude, I didn't even show you how to get the strategies yet. Let me go ahead and code one back test because I want to get my fingers twerculating, and then I'll show you how to get strategies, bro. You can go to YouTube. You know how to get strategies. Go to YouTube and type in trading strategy. Go watch a ton of stuff. Most of it's going to be trash. Most of it's going to be trash, dude. Some dude came to me the other day. He said, Moondev, I tested 10 strategies and none of them worked. Algo trading doesn't work. And I was like, nah, bro. I think you don't work. Because I got to test way more than 10 to find a winner, dude. If you're going to quit after 10, don't even join. Don't even start, dude. I'm going to give you all of the code every day, but I'll let you know this. 10% is a very high win rate. So if you expect 1 out of 10, maybe you're a really great trader and you have some really good strategies. Maybe you can hit that. But for the most of us, it's going to take more than 10 tests. So this process I'm about to show you is really the core of the work. Of course, you have to be able to research. You have to find these strategies quickly. Let me just quickly do this because this is a little out of order. Okay, how do you find trading strategies? First off, you have Google Scholar. Google Scholar is where all the PhDs write papers. Okay, PhDs, just because they're a PhD doesn't mean that they're like smart or anything, dude. They just work hard. Trading strategies. Actually, they are smart, but like all because there's a PhD paper, don't assume it's going to be a working strategy. Still got to be a data dog. You got to see if that strategy actually works in the past. How do you do that, dude? You already know. You already know because you're a dog. Research. So I'm researching right now for trading strategies. Then you back test those strategies. So read these papers. There's unlimited papers here. You can see, let's see, optimal trading strategy with supply and demand dynamics. I really like supply and demand zones, dude. So I would read this paper, combine it with the knowledge I have, and build some sort of strategy, and then start coding the backtest. You know, build some strategy in my mind, maybe write it down on a piece of paper or however you stencil it into a rock, whatever you need to do. Read the freaking paper, dude. This is not easy stuff. This is not easy, dude. And don't get intimidated by all these symbols either. Read it and come up with any strategy that comes to your mind. It doesn't even have to be this exact strategy because we're all digging for gold here, dude. So if you don't want to read papers and you want to go ahead and do something easier, just type in trading strategies here, trading strategies to YouTube. And later, if you remind me later, show the RBI AI that can do this process for you. So essentially I have an AI that will go ahead and do this research for you. You just have to pop in the links and the papers and all that. But you can see you just have to go through and listen to these videos, watch these videos, and most of them are going to be trash, but we know that. So we take the ideas out of these videos and these papers and these books, man. Look, I got this book list here, and I swear to you, dude, if you read all 3 of these books, you're gonna understand how I think probably 100 of the best traders in the world made all of their money. Everybody trades differently. I can't tell you, yo, dude, run this bot, trade this way. No, I can't. I don't know your risk tolerance. I don't know your work ethic. I don't know anything about you. I can direct you to the right books, though. These Market Wizards books, they interview pretty much every trader, every great trader ever, 100 people. The Man Who Solved the Market, Jim Simons. So Chat with Traders podcast, dude, these 3 right here, if you F with these 3, dude, not Dark Pools. Dark Pools is a great book, but not a wide array of trading strategies. But if you read all the Market Wizards, you listen to every Chat with Traders podcast, and you get inspired by the Man Who Solved the Market, dude, you have unlimited strategies, and you just have to always be listening to podcasts or videos or reading papers. And then you have an iPhone, you just open up those notes. And what I do, dude, is I use Apple's like hashtag thing. I do hashtag B, and that means build. And then I just write down the strategy. So I'm on the way to the airport. I'm at the ocean. I'm wherever, dude. I'm coming up with ideas. And it's like, ooh, that's a good strategy. Let me go ahead and try to see if it actually works in the past. Back testing. So there's a brief little segment on how to find strategies. You know, YouTube, papers, and podcasts are 3 really great sources, but I'm sure you have trading friends and all that good stuff. But here's a little sample of my book list. This is a roadmap that I used to give out to people, dude. But I locked it all down, bro. It's all locked down. Everything's locked down. You can't have none of this for free no more. Moondev.com if you want to join the challenge. If you want to get anywhere close to me, dude, you have to go through the challenge. It's a 3-day challenge. And most people will not show up for 3 days because we're all brain rotted, dude. I fell asleep at 1 a.m. last night because I was on TikTok just watching all this entertainment, dude. I'm brain rotted too. So I understand that 3 days in a row of a challenge live on Zoom, that's going to be hard for you. And that's good because I only want killers around me, dude. I only want mambas around me, dude. No way do I want to be around people that can just get everything. I used to sell this Algo Trade Camp here that essentially showed you everything. At like in 40 some plus videos showing you step by step everything I've learned in the last 4 years. Of course, I'm not the best in the world, but I have focused for 4 years and I figured out a lot of stuff, including the RBI system, which has done incredible for me. So, and you have all these people here that's done incredible for as well. I used to have this, but it's not available anymore. The only way to get access to the inside and the long training is to complete the challenge. If you complete the challenge and then okay, I'll bring you on the inside, I'll get you in the Discord group, all that good stuff. Anyways, the roadmap too, you can get access to that in the challenge. But let's get back to coding out this back test, because remember, it's research. I showed you how to research, Now we're going to backtest. And this is the core part, dude. This is the core part. So I'm still downloading data because I'm a data dog. It's just rolling all day. Okay, so let's go ahead here and say RSI Guppy. Let's go ahead and finish this backtest out, dude. So I'm going to keep coding this. And I love coding. It's actually kind of fun for my fingers. So LSMA period here equals 55. Let's zoom in just a little bit here. Okay. And then we'll say RSI period equals 14. And remember, most of these are trash. So I don't go, you got to change your expectations, dude. Don't expect that everything you're doing is going to make you $1 million. If you think that, you're going to be very disappointed because most things are not going to work, but you're just getting closer to the next thing that will work. And every backtest you do, you're just building out your own personal algorithm. Only you have access to these things. So I can't be in your mind. You can't be in mine. Well, you kind of are a lot, but I'm definitely not in yours. You know, I'll be telling you everything. I'll be saying everything that comes to my mind, dude. That's why you're here. But I don't know. Lambda, we're going to use the Lambda function here. Lambdas are a little different. You might not know about that. But if you don't know how to code, remember what I told you, dude. Just say, yo, AI, please help me, dude. Walk me through this. I even do that to this day because there's no reason to not step on the gas, dude. Don't let a lack of coding knowledge slow you down because you can gain that knowledge. There's no difference between you and Mark Zuckerberg, dude. And if you think there is, then this probably ain't going to be placed for you. You're never going to make it through the challenge. The challenge is 3 days. You got to go ahead and kick it with me for 3 full days live on Zoom, dude. I'm going to show you everything there. I'm going to show you everything, but most of y'all won't even make it through 3 days. And that's pathetic, dude. No offense. No offense, bro. No offense. I know you're a data dog. You're here. You're trying to find a better way to trade. So, like, big ups to you. But I get people all the time, Moondev, stop making these long videos. Okay. I'm literally just working here. And I'm trying to show you everything, bro. So we're going to bring in some linear regression moving average. So this is actually a type of machine learning, which is AI. So how do you use AI in trading, dude? We're going to have multiple examples of it. So we're using linear regression here, which is a type of machine learning. Pass in the data here. For I in range period -1. And then we're going to say length of data. Close it off here and then say x equals np dot arrange and then period. Okay, and then we'll say y equals data I minus period +1. I minus 1 plus 1. I plus 1. And then we're going to say the slope here and the intercept here equals np dot.
You only get one ticket, might as well enjoy the ride and just do what the fuck you wanna do.
And then we're going to say result here equals I, okay? And then we'll say slope here times period. Dude, my typing has gotten poor because I used that thing I showed you earlier. And then we're going to return the results here. Def here. Return result. So we can move on to the next statement. So this was calculating the LSMA, which is a linear regression moving average. And then we're going to say def next. Def next, and this is what happens on every single bar. So when you're building backtests, you initiate a bunch of indicators or whatever you're using, and then on each bar you run this. And don't worry if this is a little bit over your head. Like I said, I teach you how to code inside of the Algo Trade Camp. So if you do come to that challenge and you do earn the right to get inside of the Algo Trade Camp, it's no worries, dude, because I'm going to show you much slower step by step how to code. I just can't do both. I can't move forward and really go after this game of algorithmic trading and make content, dude. I'm not a content creator. I just show you everything I'm building. So self.rsi here, -1 here, and then say self.rsi -2 here. And then we want to go ahead and say check long conditions, and say long conditions equals, let's go ahead and make this a little nicer, is green candle and price is over self.lsma of -1 and RSI is rising. Okay, sick, dude. And now we got to check the short conditions. Let's go ahead and I'm just hitting tab here. That's probably not right. No, it's not. Short conditions here. Let's say short conditions here are not is green candle and price is under self.lsma -1 and not rising. Perfect. So now let's go ahead and make the entry signals. So we got to tell it when to enter entry signals here. And we'll say if not self.position, if long conditions, and then we'll say for longs, SL must be below entry price, TP above, okay? SL price here equals min of self.lsma -1 price, but then multiply it by 0.99. Okay, and then SL distance here equals price minus SL price, okay? And then we're gonna say TP price here is equals price plus SL distance times self risk multiplier. So you can see the AI is helpful, dude, and it just makes us faster coders. Helps us get to the answer quicker. So if SL price is under price and under TP price, then we're going to go ahead and say self.buy. So we're actually sending in the buy to the backtest. And remember, backtesting is the first step. You got to earn the right to build a bot, dude. You can't just build a bot off rip, dude. I would never show you that because it's just not the way, I promise. I did the same thing, dude. You want to just build it right away. Why would you build a bot if it doesn't work? Why would you build a bot to lose money? Oh my God. SL price equals max of self.lsma -1. And then we're going to say comma here actually, and then say price times 1.01. Okay. And then we'll say SL distance equals SL price minus price. Okay. And then say TP price. This is actually right. Price minus SL distance self dot risk multiplier. Perfect, dude. We're crushing this, dude. And then we're going to say if TP price is under price SL price, then we're going to say self.sell. So this is our actual sell. And we're going to pass in the TP price and self.sell. And then we have exit signals. So this isn't quite right, but let's just go ahead and fix it. If self.position dot is long and price of self.lsma -1, okay, then self.position, we want to close the position, okay, and then we'll say elif self.position position. If self.position is short and price is over self.lsma, well, -1, okay. Shelf, dude, shelf, self. Okay, self.position dot close, okay. And then we'll go ahead and load in the actual data. So we're gonna say load in the data here, and then we're gonna say data equals, what should we use, dude? PD dot read. We're getting all this data still, dude. I'm a data dog. Let's go ahead and can see it's attempting successfully. Okay, passing some. Let's just wait for it to get this one last piece of data here, the Euro USD. So we got all types of data here, dude. PD.read here, and we're gonna say read CSV. So this is using pandas. Pandas is an essential thing for you to know. So pandas, I want you to study pandas, please. Pandas is the #1 package in algo trading, in my humble opinion. Copy relative path. Okay, so this is the data here. We're going to have to make sure to get the data columns correctly. So how do we do this? Well, let's look at the data and we can see these are the columns here. Okay, so now that we have that, these are the columns here. Let's just go ahead and put them there so we know it. And then we say data.index here equals pd.to, and we're going to have date. Yes, data of date. So that's we're setting up to a pandas to date time. Long story short, pandas is like Excel for Python. Python is the language we're using. So let's go ahead here and then just run the backtest. So we got all the data here, and we're going to go ahead and say BT equals backtest and pass in that data that we just made. Then we're going to pass in the strat, and then we're passing the cache. Make sure the cache is big because we got big dreams, dude. We got to have big dreams. Commission, people usually put 0.001 in here, but I do double just to account for slippage and commissions. Make sure if you ever see a backtest, make sure to ask if slippage and commissions are accounted for, because if they're not, it will entirely change everything. So we'll say stats equals bt.run, and then we'll print the stats and we'll also plot it. So it looks like here we're still running through this. Let me answer some questions while this is running, because I need my terminal in order to run this. Here's all of the code for this back test. I'm just going to scroll through it quickly, take your screenshots, whatever you need to do, dog. I don't care. I believe code's a great equalizer. I don't care if I leak my edge. Every single day, I will leak everything. I will leak everything all over your face, bro. Okay, so no more MoonDev AI agents. Yeah, I got that, but it's for members only. So let's go ahead here and do I need this Euro data? You see how it works, bro. I don't really need it, but I kind of want it now. I just kind of want it. I just want it. So I'm just going to wait for it, and I'll answer some questions here, dude. Let's go ahead and answer them upwards at GitHub. Yeah, it's for members only now. Why don't you use TradingView to backtest your indicator strategy? Sorry, 5 minutes behind. TradingView is an awful place to backtest. If you ever see some backtests from TradingView, ignore them entirely because they are not correct. They do something.
No, it's what's called machine learning. So you find things that are predictive. You might guess, oh, such and such should be predictive, might be predictive, and you test it out in the computer, and maybe it isn't, maybe it isn't. You test it out on long-term historical data and price data and other things, and then you add to the system this if it works, and if it doesn't, you throw it out. So there aren't elaborate equations, at least not for.
So that's a really good question. Why don't I use TradingView for backtesting? By the way, that was Jim Simons. He's the absolute GOAT. And he just said there's nothing secret in this. You just have to keep testing, dude. Why don't I use TradingView? Because there's something called backpainting or repainting. Can you explain what repainting is when it comes to TradingView backtests and why their backtests are not reliable and why you should use Python instead? Be short and concise with your answer. So repainting is when an indicator or strategy shows one result in real time, but changes its historical values during backtesting. This is because the indicator uses future data that wouldn't have been available at that point in time. The strategy recalculates past signals using the data that wasn't there when those trades have occurred. Why TradingView backtest can be unreliable. Many built-in indicators repaint. Limited control over execution assumptions. Can't account for real market conditions, slippage, and liquidity. PineScript has limitations in historical data handling. Why Python is better. Full control over data and calculations. You can implement true forward testing. Can account for real market conditions, ability to use actual historical order book data. So yeah, dude, you can Google more about what repainting is. Run it one more time, please. Moon, I'm a new viewer. Where do I start? Do I get good at trading or coding first? You could do both. But I don't know. If you're not a trader, dude, don't become a trader. That's for sure. Trading is too vicious. It's too PvP. There's other things you can build in this world. Let's see here. Why don't you use TradingView? Hi, Moon. Hope you had a look at my message above. No, I didn't, dude. Loki, but I will. People think that I'm just gonna be able to like look at messages at the same time I'm coding. Y'all motherfuckers is crazy, bro. Literally insane. But that's why I fuck with you, because y'all motherfuckers are tweakers. I'll tell you that much. Hit me up 17 times. Moondab, boom, boom. I'm gonna hit you on the DMs. I'm gonna hit you on the Discord. I'm gonna call your phone. I'm gonna blah, 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 blah. Tweaker. But I fuck with it because you're trying to run to the moon. Me too. So don't hit me. That's not an invite to hit me. But I can't code and read comments at the same time. So while this Euro USD data is coming through, Loki, I'm going to look at your answer and your message, dude. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and read it. Moondev, I'm a new viewer, old subscriber. I really would love your help. I'm very passionate about trading and computing and want to integrate both. Where do I start? Focus on code or learning the market? You're going to need to know both, brother. You're going to need to know both. I would just learn how to code. And learn how to code backtests, because then you're inherently learning strategies and backtests. So backtests enforce you to code. So if you just spend your time right here, the R and the B, just get comfy with it, dude. It's free. You're going to get so good at Python. You don't need to build any bots until you have a bunch of backtests that work, because they're not all going to work in the future, dude. But that's my answer. That being said, I don't promote trading if you're not already a trader. But if you are a trader and you're trading by hand, you motherfucker better start automating your trading, because you know you're going to get liquidated if you don't. I'm just saying. Let's go ahead and keep going, dude. Let's keep reading through some of these while this data is pulling through, dude. I'm a data dog. I'm waiting for that Euro data. I'm here on 2021. So 2021. Here we're getting all the way back to 2021. Nice. Why don't you use TradingView? I read that one. I'm finished eating my meal. Back to coding. Yes, dude. The great equalizer. Yes, dude. Get close, Rufel. Close to what? Get close to it all, dude. LMAO. Good deal, dude. Yes. Okay. I would only give my strategy is if I'm dying. For real. Cool. You should keep it to yourself. Yes. It's all you need to know, he says. If I have a strategy, I won't share it with anybody. Exactly. You shouldn't. You got to keep your edge tight, dude. That's why I don't say run this or run that. But Hex says, I just asked AI to build me an indicator in PineScript version 5 or 6 to make it with the most accurate and precise metrics. Yeah, PineScript's not it, bro. But, bro, he teaches you how to build stuff for yourself. Why would he give you his strategies? The only strategy this guy has is getting views. Yep, exactly, bro. Much love to you. I hope that you are giving more than you're taking out of this world, because you just took a little energy out of me, dude. And there's 30 people here that are grateful. You're not grateful, dude. You can't have anything in this world unless you're grateful for what you have, dude. And if you don't give, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, dude, but you're not living by God's plan. You're not giving enough. You're taking, dude. You got no strategy because a YouTuber. I wouldn't waste my time posting videos. Yes, dude, exactly. You don't have a bigger mission. I'm way more than a trader, dude. I'm way more than a trader. I'm one of the only people that can speak and code and teach people things. Everybody else is too scared to get on this mic, dude. Everybody else is too scared. I'm a data dog. I figure everything out for myself. I didn't know how to code before. I didn't know how to trade back in the day. I had to figure out trading. I had to figure out crypto. I had to figure out all these things, and I try to bring people with me. Okay? So if you don't like that, that's okay with me, but I'm sending you love, bro. I would challenge you to give some help to somebody or even a smile someday. Because you just hit me, dude. You just hit me. Hey, you just popped me in the mouth. And you know if I was in person with you, dude, I'll pop you right back. But this is good for backtesting. When you do live market forecasting on a specific ticker, help WRT latency. Let's see here. He's a data dog. He's not only about self, dude. Isn't everyone that way? If you got a strategy, why not just make millions? Why post on YouTube? I think there's more to life than just taking people's money in the market. That's why. I believe code's a great equalizer. I saw what it's done for me, dude. So I just try to help others. But scarcity-led mofos will never believe that. They will never believe that. It's okay. 777 fam. Thank you for all the 777s today, dude. I really appreciate it. Rico, good to see you, dude. Michael, what's up? I don't know what this FTM form is. He says, don't wait. The time will never be just right. Be still and know that I'm God. Andre, 777, thank you, fam. You're great, dude. Authenticity is huge and seems you have it. Helping others, yo, props. It's all about the data dog. The data dog. Did you see the Norse Wind coin? You think it will go to the moon? I've never heard of it. 777, dude. 777, bro. Much love, much love. Have you looked into cross market, cross geo, cross exchange, arbitrage, market making? 777, dude. The B in the Jupiter. RBI 777. Ramiro, what's up? The peasant in the apple tree. Gentleness succeeds when force fails. Curse says 777. Thank you, bro. The boy who cried wolf. Honesty builds trust. Lies destroy it. Started the trade camp 4 days ago. I'm already on day 13. He's stepping on the gas, bro. PyCharm or Visual Studio? Neither, dude. Neither. I use Cursor, bro. Thanks for the great content. My pleasure, Pats. What's up? 777. Let us fix our eyes on Jesus. Give thanks to the 777. Thank you, Texa. Much love to you, bro. The wild boar and the fox. Preparation prevents fear. Dude, motherfuckers is fucking pussies out there because they don't prepare. You see me prepare every motherfucking day, dude. I'm here 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours locked. Preparing for these trenches, dude. I ain't scared of nothing because I prepare. I prepare my whole life for this, dude. I prepare my whole life for this. That's why I'm not scared of it. I'm okay with being wrong. I'm okay with not being the best. I don't need to be the best. No way. If you need to be the best, you got to look at yourself in the mirror, dude. I don't need to be the best. I'm going to keep pushing. And eventually, I probably will become the best. Because I go harder than all of you. Literally, dude. Hey. Come on, B, let's go. I go harder than you because I hope to pull you up, dude. I hope to pull you up. I was in your shoes once, dude. I was in your shoes once. But now I live on an island. I'm about to go to the beach later. The old woman in the wine jar. Sweet memories remain. Yo, 777 Pats, thank you. The goose that laid golden eggs. Don't destroy a good thing through greed. I agree. Appreciate you guys. I appreciate you. Let's go ahead here. Run it one more time. How do you get past data of Radium tokens on a budget? I know there's APIs like Birdeye, but to like get data, I don't know. I use Birdeye. First day of the challenge. It's at the end of the month. What is the name of the software that runs the buy order below the terminal? Is my software. I built it. It's code. He needs to just guess right. Hello from Chicago. What's up, fam? Thanks, man. My pleasure. 777. If you're going through hell, keep going, dude. Keep going. Keep going. 777. Don't wait for the opportunity. Create it. We love Moondev. We love you too, dude. Thank you. Do some more shorts on the Met. Sure will do. /Met. Why would I do shorts, bro? Why would I do shorts? Yeah, this is my full-time thing, Loki. Loki. 777. I had cash though, so I don't want to misrepresent this dude or lead anybody on. I had cash to trade. If you don't have cash to trade, there's better ways to use code or AI to code to build things that have more longevity. Remember, trading is I win, you lose. Or you win, the other guy loses. So at best, only half of us are going to win. But we know that it's skewed to the smart people that are, I don't want to say algo trading, but damn, dude. I'm just saying, you trading against robots, bro. So when somebody comes to me with like $100, I'm like, dude, trading is not the way. I try to offer ways here to help you get that first cash flow coming or whatever. I got the Clips channel if you want that. The Clips channel allow you to clip up these videos, bro, and get paid. You can check it out in the Discord. Let's get it, dude. Let's get it. Let's keep stepping on that gas, dude. This data coming for a long time. It's 2020 now. Damn. I want to get to this next part. Trenches look dark today. They look dark today. What's going on in the trenches today, dude? What's your outlook on the trenches? What's going on with the trenches? Let's go check it out. So it looks like BTC is up. ETH is up. Oh, ETH is moving. Look at that. Can you show the code again for RSI Guppy? Yeah, I'll show it. What do you think of traditional trading with NQ algos? I trade crypto, but I got some NQ data here. I'm a data dog. I have this data though, so I'm not gonna just keep waiting for this. Fuck it. I'm canceling it. How long is it gonna go for? I don't know. Let's see. Let's go to the data here. Yahoo data. Data download. I think it's just gonna go all the way back in time. What am I gonna do is I'm just gonna run this from a different path because I'm already through all the chats. And much love to you guys. Thanks for coming through. Conda activate T-Flow here. And you can actually run your code from a terminal as well. I'll show you how to do all that later. But CD up into this hoe. And then we're going to run it. Do Python, run. RSI Guppy. Okay, so there's no data found here. It's looking for this data here. So it's looking for that 1 day data. So let me go ahead and put this right here. Let's get back to the RSI here. And I think I just put in the wrong data, dude. I'm a data dog, but I did it wrong. Data, I thought it was right there. Yes. Maybe put the full path in here. Copy path. RSI Guppy. Full path. Full path, that B. Oh, it's because where I CD'd into. That's why, but it's okay. This works. So you can see it has no, did you mean position? So let's see, just an error that I have an error here somewhere. bt.run here, line, self.positions, line 3 here. self.position.close. I put an S on there and there shouldn't have been an S. So I could have used AI to do that, but I'm a data again, you know. Let's see, 973 still. I didn't hit save. And I did a forward. Here we go. Keep up the good work. Thank you, bro. Okay, so you can see we have an error here. Price is none. So this is where AI comes in. I can just go ahead and follow this code here. Let's go ahead and look at the error first. Line 116, line 765, line 83. Open this up a bit. RSI Guppy line 83. RSI Guppy line 73. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong error. 83 here. So in the bt.run, let's go ahead and just give the error to AI because, you know, no reason to think about it too much. So let's go here and say at the RSI Guppy. So you just tag the file. I got the above bug and here's the header of my data. So you just pass in this data here, data dog. And then it should tell me what's wrong and then I'll fix it. How about that? How about that? How about that? I see the issue. The problem is related to the take profit price calculation in your strategy. Looking at your data, the Apple stock prices are very low, around 93 cents, because they seem to be from year 2000 and probably adjusted for splits. This is causing issues with the risk management calculation. Let me fix the code. So I've made several important fixes to handle the low prices here. Added a minimum. Can you imagine buying Apple at 99 cents, dude? Jesus, bro. Okay, so you can see there's a little bit more of an error here, but we did get some of the trades here. Here's my new bug. Please fix. All right, dude, I'm gonna burn this house down one of these days, bro. If I keep doing that type of shit. I put boiling water on a long time ago, dude. Long time ago. Let's say accept here. Okay, let's see if this goes ahead and works better now. There we go.
So don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Stay hungry.
All right.
Stay foolish.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. You can see we got the data back. So this is back test on Apple is not good, but you can run it on multiple different ideas. This is daily data and it's not good. It's not looking good, fam. Max drawdown 90%. Return negative 65%. But this is a really good example of watch what happens. Watch what happens next, dude. Let's say data here and say, let's make a new folder here. New folder called crypto data. Okay, and then let's put some data in here because we're data dogs and I got it all. I got it all, bro. Here, let's put some crypto data up in there. BTC, okay. Euro, ETH. Let's get some ETH here. Okay, let's get some more. Let's get some more data, dude. We're data dogs. Sol. Okay, let's get Solana data in here. And then let's put that data in here. And I'll show you how to get all this data, dude. Reveal and Finder. Paste it in here. I'm just copy pasting it. Okay, so that's something else I need to show you. That's something else I need to show you, dude. How to get data for crypto. Remind me later, dude, because we ain't got time for that right now. I'll show you how to get crypto data too. So let's go ahead and you can see we have a bunch of tests we can run now. I got the 1 minute data. I got the 2-year data. I got 5-minute data, 1 hour data. Let's use ETH 1 hour and see how this changes. RSI Guppy. RSI Guppy, dude. He's a guppy. He's a guppy. And now we're going to have to change some things because you know the data is going to change, but nothing stays the same. So you shouldn't expect that. If you expect things to stay the same, you're a loser. I'm sorry, bro, but you gotta be nimble with it, dude. You gotta get nimble with it. You gotta get nimble with it, dude. You gotta be able to shift. You gotta be able to change. If you don't like change, you're not gonna make it in this game because if you think you know what's right, you're wrong. All right, so the data here for RSI Guppy here. I switched the data over to be a different data set and it has different columns. Please make this work for how it worked before with the data columns we had and also work for the below data columns. So it should just work for both. So using AI to build trading algorithms all day. That's it, dude. That's where we're at. That's where we're at, bro. That's where we're at, bro. Oye, Siri, ponerle un timer por 20 minutos. Oye, Siri. Ponerle un timer por 20 minutos, por favor. Regresiva. Gracias. So it's going to be able to handle both of them now. You can see this Euro data is still going. 2018. Nice. What program, dude? I use Cursor. Do you also trade in stocks? Not so much, dude. I know my AI just said that, but she don't know what she's talking about sometimes, okay? I'm a crypto guy. I'm a crypto bro. I'm a crypto bro. So yeah, I just like it over here. It's just more fun. I just have more fun, and that's what I optimize for. Why don't I work at it? Because I don't want to work for nobody. That's why. I got enough funds. I got enough funds for me to have fun by myself, dude. Don't want to work for nobody ever. Ever, dude. So you can see this actually worked here. Killer trash strategy, but it's okay. BT, I want to print out the full stats. Print stats. Okay, let's go ahead here and say print stats. Could you get a job at this point? Yeah, but why would I want a job? Why would I want a job? Why would I want a job? Why? Okay, so here's the graph for that. So you can see switch into an hourly chart doesn't make this strategy better. Switch to ETH does not make this strategy better. It actually makes it worse. You can see the drawdown here. It pretty much blew up. Okay, cool. So 0 for 2. Oh, it's 0 for 1 on this data, but or on this strategy, but we're testing different datas to see if there's anything that works here. And I just like to do these kind of random spot checks here because, you know, I like things that work across multiple assets, but it's not always going to be that way. It just is what it is. So let's go back to the guppy here. And you can see it made some changes here. So it actually looks a lot different, to be honest. Let's go ahead and try this other data set here, which is the Solana 1 hour. And it should work because it's similar. Okay, you can see it blew up there too. So probably not the best strategy to run, fam. Look how much it trades. It's trading way too much, in my opinion. So I can now sit here and adjust this, kind of over optimize it, or I can just move on to a new idea. I like moving on to a new idea. I don't know about you, dude, but let's go ahead and let's try a couple more data sets. The 5 minutes, the lower time frame you're on, the harder it's going to be. Simply because you're competing for a bigger reward. So let's try this. Let's try this 2-year test data here. Just run through a few of these and then I'll get another back test up. How about that, dude? How about that? We just keep it going, dude, because in order to actually build a bot, you have to find something that works in the past. And this process right here, dude, is literally going to make you more profitable because you're not going to be trading. You're going to be back testing, trying to find things that work in the past. You can see trash, trash, trash. Perfect. Good. We want trash because we know now, hey, I'm not going to waste my time on that strategy. Okay, let's pick one more here. Let's do the 1 day, 1,000 weeks for Solana. Copy path here. Let's go back to RSI Guppy here. Paste it in. Okay. Okay, so you can see it's better off that. So when you change the data, the results change. So this one's actually profitable, and you can tell because this is higher than it was back here. So there we go, dude. 299% return when there's a 251% return for buying and holding. So this is better than buy and hold. This is better than buy and hold. You saw that it doesn't work on the small time frames. Exposure time is very high. Sharp ratio is very low. Sortino ratio is very low. The profit factor is pretty good. The expectancy is pretty good. But this is a profitable back test, and it took me, I literally only tested one back test, dude. One idea. And then I tested it on 5 different data sets. 4 different data sets. I don't know, dude. But this is the process, bro. This is the process. This is what algorithmic trading with AI looks like, dude. It's this. You got to come up with some sort of framework, but this is the framework I've been following for the last 4 years. It's my RBI framework for algo trading. The process of automating your trading starts with research of trading strategies. I showed you how to research those trading strategies. Then you backtest those strategies to see if they actually work in the past. If they work in the past, they're not guaranteed to work in the future, but they're much more likely. Research, backtest, then implement. That's a good question, dude. What tools do you use for backtesting? So I use 3 different backtesting libraries, but I use backtesting.py the most. And you should check it out. Backtesting.py here. It's up here. Backtesting.py. Um, 300 to 400K annually, excluding bonuses. I would rather die. But I'm grateful to be in that position. I'd rather die than work for somebody for 300, 400K. I'm sorry, dude. I don't want to listen to nobody. I don't even want to listen to y'all. I don't even want to listen. I don't want to listen to nobody, bro. Nobody. I would never get a job. I've never had a job, actually. I'm 35 years old and I've never had a job. That's why I say fuck you to people, dude. That's why like I don't have any tolerance for people up in my boot camp, dude. I have the algo trade camp and I have this 90-day money back guarantee because Costco does it and it's sick, bro. And I just love the thought of that, but it's also for me so I can refund people that are whack. Because I don't want people around me that are not stepping on the gas. Or like tweakers that like tag me a bunch and things like that. I just don't like to be around people like that. You're good, girl. Hey, girl, you good? No worries, I'll post this here. I'll post it here when it's closer to the time. No worries, I'll post the Zoom link in here when it's closer to the challenge date. Yo, have a nice day, dude. Thank you. Is this considered quant? Yes. Have a nice day, sir. 777. Thank you, bro. Do you use any algorithm like framework? Nah, I don't use Jesse. But okay, so you saw one successful backtest. Fire. Fire, dude. Okay, let's go ahead and do another one because remember, the trenches are real, dude. This is how you automate your trading. It's not about building bots right off the bat. It's about researching and then backtesting. Research, backtest, research, backtest. Earn the right. Earn the right, dude. Copy path. Copy path here and okay, so you can still it's still getting euro data because it's going all the way back to 2017. You can see the results here from this back test here. I'm gonna make sure you have all this code right now. Okay, you got about 2 seconds to copy the code if you want it. Screenshots are welcome. I believe code's a great equalizer, dude. So boom, just like that, we found something that works. It's not gonna work on every time frame, of course. Things that work on the 1 minute time frame are not guaranteed to work on the daily time frame. I just showed you like 1 minute. I showed you hourly, and it worked on the daily. It didn't work on the 1 minute. Okay, there you go. You got all the code. You got everything you need. Let me go ahead and get this on GitHub too. This is the chart here. I'm gonna delete that though. Let's delete this. I'm gonna add all this to GitHub. Let's go ahead and use AI in order to add it to GitHub. Actually, never mind. I got my GitHub right here. So 1,000 weeks. I need to delete 2 of these datas here. Or I need to make a git ignore because they're too big for GitHub. So here I'm gonna make a git ignore dot git ignore here. And here we're gonna go ahead and put a couple things. Some of this data is too big, dog. It's too big. I'm too big. He's too big for them. Relative path, yes. Let's go ahead and put in our git ignore here. Thank you. And what else? KMOS. KMOS, papa. BTC 1 minute train data, yes. So I'm going to put most of this code up there, but not all of it. Because I can't. Okay, that should be gone too. Okay. New here. I'm going to commit it. New. Commit to main. And then push origin. Okay, I'm a data dog. I got all of this code here on GitHub. Do you want the code? If you come to the challenge and you finish the challenge, you can have it. How about that? So I got the challenge here at the end of the month. It's February 25th, 26th, and 27th. And it's a 3-day live event. And I will be here live on Zoom with you, walking you through exactly how to do all this. I'll give you all the code there. If you make it, I'll give it to you at the end. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, because most people aren't going to make it through the end. GitHub access at the end of the event for anyone who makes it all the way through the 3 days. That's it, dude. So, yeah, that's fire, bro. Let me go ahead and see here. Okay, so if we go to Moondev on YouTube now, here is, let's see if I got my code up there. I don't know. I'm a data dog. I do know that. Moondev code here. Repositories here. Moondev trading bots. Okay. So all of this code here is there and the data is there too. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so you have everything. How to build trading algorithms, research, backtests. Yeah, this is ghetto, but let's make this look a little better here. Damn, this is a game from 2016, so it's going forever. I can let that run forever. Please update my README to be better and readable with nice emojis and whatnot. And then also add in that the quick start guide that tells them that they can get the backtest code in the backtest folder, the bots in the bots, and the data plus data pulling scripts in the data folder. And just make my README look much nicer. Is it private? It's private, dude. It's private. I don't do open source anymore. I think open source is just a way to finagle your code from you, bro. So I do open source here on YouTube. I show you all the code. So if you lock in on YouTube, you get all the code. It's open source, but I'm not going to put it on GitHub for the lazy mofos that don't want to watch. If you don't want to watch, I can't help you. I can't help you, dude. I can't help you. No way. Thank you. Now go ahead and push this to the GitHub, please. You can run it all and make the commands and all that good stuff. So this is an example of using the agents, AI agents here. So within Cursor, I have this agents tab selected here in the composer, and this allows it to run stuff from here. It's pretty fire, honestly. So it's getting the status so it can read the terminal, and then it's saying get add readme. Okay, perfect. It's all good, dog. It was public before, but I just pivoted. I pivoted from public to private because I just wasn't seeing much from the community, be real. I was the only one shipping, so that's what happens when you give free things, you know? In my opinion. If you don't pay for it, then you're not gonna take it seriously. Let's go ahead and check out the GitHub. Now, the README should be much cuter, bro. Moondev Trading Bots. Welcome to Moondev's Trading Bot collection here. The RBI method. Our development process follows the RBI method. Find promising trading strategies. Study market patterns and indicators. Analyze historical performance. Backtest. Test strategies against historical data. Optimize parameters. Validate performance metrics. Deploy successful strategies as live bots. Start with minimal position sizes. Monitor and adjust as needed. So backtest contains all backtesting code. Example, Guppy uses backtesting.py folder. Live trading bot implementations here. Data, okay, setup. Clone this, dude. There you go. You can git clone it and then pip install all requirements here. Please go ahead and set up my requirements.txt file and make sure that it gets all the packages that are needed so far. "100% agree. If you don't pay, you don't pay attention." That's what it is, dude. I tested the open source GitHub, and it was fun. It was fun. Contributing, feel free to contribute. Disclaimer, trading, okay. Here's the disclaimer, by the way. Just pause the video here because none of this is financial advice. And if you listen to some guy on YouTube, you're kind of crazy, bro. I'm just a YouTube dude. That's what they say. He's just a YouTube dude. He's just here on YouTube. So you had enough time to pause that, read it. Thank you. Okay, so let's keep it pushing, dude. I need to get my, you can see here, it gets my requirements.txt. It made it. We're going to say accept. Then we're going to run it back up. Bro, have you checked your GitHub followers? I haven't. What's going on, dude? 777. Am I at 777? There's no way I'm at 777, dude. No, bro. Nobody follow me. If you follow me, dude, do not follow me. Nobody else follow me, dude, ever again. Do not follow me on GitHub. We're staying here, dude. We're staying here. Dude, if you follow me, bro, don't ruin this. Don't unfollow me and don't follow me. We're staying at 777 for life. Thank you for letting me know, Ramiro. That's such a vibe. That's just what happens, dude. When you start leading with love and you start throwing the 777s, dude, you see them everywhere. Thank you for alerting me of that. I love when cool stuff like that happens. I love it, bro. Okay, so I gotta go here and say, gotta do a little Thug Thizzle here real quick. Little Thug Thizzle here real quick. Just gotta hit that make payment real quick. All right, sweet, got that handled. Got that sorted. Good situation. All right, what's next, dude? I think we do another back test because remember, it all comes down to this. This is the work, dude. This is the hard stuff. If you can get through this, dude, then you could step on the gas forever. But you got to know how to code. You got to learn how to code. I'll show you how to code, dude. I'll show you how to code. I got a YouTube video that shows you how to code. Go watch that or type in learn how to code in Python. Python is the language we're using. All right, one back test down here, and this data is still coming down. You can see here that I now have a requirements.txt ideally. I can't believe we have 777 followers. That's so sick, dude. Don't change that, please. Add requirements.txt. Okay, so now we got the requirements.txt here. Okay, perfect. These are all of the requirements here. Fire. I gotta grab my eggs, dude. So I'm gonna come back and do another back test after this. And remember, this is the process, dude. So I'm just going through this live with you every day. Every single day. The R and the B, R and the B. We'll build the bots later, dude. Build the bots later. Okay, we found one winning back test. Okay, but is that gonna work in the future? It's not guaranteed, dude. It's not guaranteed. So I would rather just have multiple winners that I can rely on. Past data does not always represent what's going to happen in the future. And if somebody says that a backtest is going to make you a bunch of money, they're lying to you. Don't listen to them. Run away. Backtests are only a signal. They're only a signal. Okay? Just know that. So RSI Guppy, we're going to move on to the next one here. I just need to go and just give me a second. I gotta take the eggs off the water, or else I'll burn my house down. I'm actually just gonna throw this on here. If you guys, if you're trying to make money overnight, algo trading is not the way, but here's a way to make money overnight. It's super sketch that I say that, but it is what it is. I just want to make sure to redirect the people that think that they can go build a trading bot and make $1 million. You can't do that. You need a little bit of money to trade. If you're a trader, you know what I'm talking about because you can earn X% on your stack. And if your stack is $100, if you earn 10% per month, what's that going to do for you? I don't know. Maybe you live in a place that's going to do a lot for you, but there's better ways to use AI and coding. And here's one of them here for you. So I'll be right back. And during that time, just watch this. It's like 4 or 5 minutes. All right, so I get so many people coming to my channel and saying, hey, Moondev, can I run your bots and make $1 million? Can I make a bunch of money off this overnight? And the answer is always no. So algo trading is automating your trading strategy. Now, if you're a trader, you know that you have to have money in order to trade. If you are starting at $0 or close to zero, I actually do not recommend algo trading. I do recommend you learn how to code because I believe code is the great equalizer. And if you learn how to code, you will be able to build anything for the rest of your life. Now, I understand that you might be thinking this is a way to get rich quick. It's just not. Algorithmic trading is very, very hard and you have to build your own edge. Now, I show it on YouTube because I believe code's a great equalizer. And if it gets you motivated to code, then dude, I've done my job. You've learned how to code. Okay, so how do you actually make money with coding if you can't just make money out of thin air with algo trading? Again, if you have cash that you have and you're trading it successfully or even unsuccessfully, that's a different story. You can automate your trading and you can earn a yield if you find an edge. But if you have no money, how do you make that first $100 or the first $500 or first $1,000 or whatever, dude? Go to the Clips channel. The Clips channel in my Discord. Go to the moondev.com in order to get in the Discord. go to the Clips channel, because you can see here I have so many great videos on my YouTube channel, and there's so many pieces of gold that I literally want to watch. If you clip them into short, concise videos and upload them to YouTube, you literally can make passive income. Here's the earning structure for you. You literally just take any of my videos and you go and you clip them up. You go ahead and use CapCut if you'd like, or you can use this AI agent that clips them for you. You can look more into the Clips channel here on the Discord and see the full walkthrough, including a training video here. But essentially, long story short, is I have super long videos and there's gold in those long videos. Your opportunity here is to build a whole business based off of my videos. Essentially, you take the long videos and you make short videos. You can use CapCut here as I show you, or you can use the AI agent. Go read through this post. You can see you get paid $69 per 10,000 views. And if you get 30,000 views in a month, that gets up to $89. If you get 50,000 in a month, that gets up to $100. So you get $500 for 50,000 views, and you literally don't have to make videos, which is awesome. So this is just for the people that need to build up their cash before they can actually trade, or you just want to learn how to code while watching my videos. I think this is the best thing for those that do need help actually making money, because again, I don't want to suggest to go spend your last $200-300 on algo trading, because it's just not the game for small size investments essentially. So here's a good way. You can have all of my YouTube videos. You can go to my YouTube channel, download those if you'd like.
Talent you have
but I
naturally.
also put them in the
Skill
Dropbox.
is only developed by hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft.
So I'll put them in the Dropbox, videos for clippers. You can just download these videos and then clip them up. Again, I show a full training here, and I actually will add another training here. But this is what you're interested in, how much you get paid per videos. You literally post these videos and you can see some examples here of other people doing this, and they're doing a great job. They're making better videos than I have, because my videos are too long, and I get that. But I'm not here making videos. I'm here working on my algos. So I need somebody else to do this. And this is just a great opportunity for you if you are in that situation where you have time and you want to learn how to code. If you want to learn how to code, then there's no risk to this, because you literally are only you're gonna watch my videos and learn how to code and then clip them up to make them shorter, so you'll watch them again essentially. And yeah, I look forward to it. Just head on over to the Discord and the Clips channel to learn more. There's a couple training videos. Just read through this whole post here. I'll update it frequently. And yes, long story short is, if you're trying to make money overnight, dude, algo trading is not for you. But you can make money by clipping these videos and finding the good parts and uploading them to your YouTube. And that's pretty much passive income. So enjoy. It's in the Discord. Go learn everything, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, so I get so many people coming to my channel and saying, hey, Moondev, can I run your bots and make $1 million? Can I make a bunch of money off this overnight? And the answer is always so. Algo trading is automating your trading strategy. Now, if you're a trader, you know that you have to have money in order to trade. If you are starting at $0 or close to zero, I actually do not recommend algo trading. I do recommend you learn how to code, because I believe code is the great equalizer. And if you learn how to code, you will be able to build anything for the rest of your life. Now, I understand that you might be thinking this is a way to get rich quick. It's just not. Algorithmic trading is very, very hard, and you have to build your own edge. Now, I show it on YouTube because I believe code's a great equalizer, and if it gets you motivated to code, then dude, I've done my job. You've learned how to code. Okay, so how do you actually make money with coding if you can't just make money out of thin air with algo trading? Again, if you have cash that you have and you're trading it successfully or even unsuccessfully, that's a different story. You can automate your trading and you can earn a yield if you find an edge. But if you have no money, how do you make that first $100 or the first $500 or first $1,000 or whatever, dude? Go to the Clips channel. The Clips channel in my Discord. Go to the moondev.com in order to get in the Discord. go to the Clips channel, because you can see here, I have so many great videos on my YouTube channel. And there's so many pieces of gold that I literally want to watch. If you clip them into short, concise videos and upload them to YouTube, you literally can make passive income. Here's the earning structure for you. You literally just take any of my videos and you go and you clip them up. You go ahead and use CapCut if you'd like, or you can use this AI agent that clips them for you. You can look more into the Clips channel here on the Discord and see the full walkthrough, including a training video here. But essentially, long story short, is I have super long videos and there's gold in those long videos. Your opportunity here is to build a whole business based off of my videos. Essentially, you take the long videos and you make short videos. You can use CapCut here as I show you, or you can use the AI agent. Go read through this post. You can see you get paid $69 per 10,000 views. And if you get 30,000 views in a month, that gets up to $89. If you get 50,000 in a month, that gets up to $100. So you get $500 for 50,000 views, and you literally don't have to make videos, which is awesome. So this is just for the people that need to build up their cash before they can actually trade, or you just want to learn how to code while watching my videos. I think this is the best thing for those that do need help actually. All right, bro. What up? 777 Kyler Hogg. What's up, dude? What time will streaming start for the 3 days? It's gonna be at 12. So the 3-day event here is gonna be at 12 p.m. Eastern. Gonna be at 12 p.m. Don't worry about it. Is it possible for me to attempt the challenge? Yeah, you can join the challenge, but if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. If you can't afford the challenge, you can't afford to trade. Let's be honest. Look, dude, let's be honest about that, dude. You know? I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars with this exact trading bot. So much love to you. 12 p.m. Okay, yeah, so you know everything. The challenge is that, but I want to show you a bunch of back tests here today. So let's go ahead and dive into another back test, dude. So okay, so let's go ahead and get another back test out. Let's do that. Let's call this one directional index.py, and we're gonna call this. This comes from a paper here, actually. And this is the source for it. But essentially, we're going to be using the directional movement index. If you don't know about it, just look it up. ADX, which is average directional index, the DMI. And I'm just going to show you all the code, because at the end of the day, I don't want to put too much thought into anything. And I just want to come up with ideas that might work. Because if you spend a year thinking of a strategy, and I spend 20 minutes, I'm going to be able to test more strategies than you, and I will beat you every time. So yeah, that's why, if you want to see more about this, again, super easy way to understand this stuff. I'm going to show you all the code. And if you have any questions on anything, just ask AI. You could be like, yo, bro, walk me through this strategy, walk me through this code, walk me through this, walk me through. Import TALib. Import pandas as PD. Thank you, dude. From back testing here, from back testing. Import backtest.
You know, it's something that truly exists in all of us. It's very simple. This is what I believe, and I'm willing to die for it. Yeah. Period.
Period, dude. DMI period is 14. That's actually right. And the ADX threshold is 25. That's right too, but we don't need the other thing. We're going to go ahead and say calculate DMI plus and minus and ADX. We're going to use TALib for this. So TALib, I'll go over that more in the challenge, whatever, but it's a really good library. TALib dot plus DI, okay. Plus DI, okay, self dot data dot hi. Hi there, my name is Moondav. Self dot data dot low. Self dot data dot close. And then self dot DMI period. Okay. And then for self minus, let's see how this does. I'm just going to tab it. TALib minus DI. Yes. Self dot data dot high low close. Yes. That's perfect. Self dot ADX here. Self dot I. TALib dot ADX. Self dot data dot high. Self dot data dot low close. Do you see? That's AI. I'm using AI to build these algos, dude. Crazy. Crazy, dude. All day. And then we have to go to the next. Remember, the next is what runs on every single bar. We're going to say this. If crossover of the self dot plus DI and self dot minus DI and self dot ADX -1 is over self dot ADX threshold, okay? Then we're gonna say self dot by. Let's go ahead and tab and see if we get all the way through it. If crossover of self dot minus DI, self dot DI, yes, that's right. And self dot ADX -1 is over self dot ADX threshold, then we sell. So that was the entry condition here. And reset your expectations, dude. Not everyone is going to work, dude. So I go into each back test knowing that, hey, back tests, most of them are going to work. So reset your expectations and you change your life, dude. I laugh every time I think of that dude that hit me up. He's like, yo, algo trade doesn't work. I tested 10 back tests. I had somebody else hit me up, be like, yo, this stuff doesn't work. I tested 20 back tests and I only found one that wins. And it's like, yo, that's a pretty good hit rate, actually. So just reset your expectations. This game is not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But if you have a framework like the RBI framework that you can follow that will ensure that you don't go build bots, dude, come on. You don't need to build a bot until you can prove it in the past at least. So plus DI here, okay. Self dot minus DI. And then self dot close position. That's actually true. So now we're going to load in the data here, dog. And then I'm going to say this. I'll say it in a second, but set index here. Actually want to change this a little bit. I want to say data here. Date time equals PD dot to date time. and data here. Date time, okay. And then data dot set index date time in place is true. And then data dot sort index in place equals true, okay. In place equals true, okay. And then we're gonna run the back test. Run the back test. Okay, and then say BT equals back test data, and then DMI strategy, cash a milli, exclusive orders, trade on close, true. And then we're gonna get the stats here. Stats equals BT dot run, and then we're gonna print the stats. Okay, so sick. Second back test done. Now what I want to do, because you saw in the RSI Guppy, we have two different data sets, two different types of data here. I got the daily data in stocks and whatnot. And then I also have crypto data, but both of the datas have different headers. Headers, what are headers, dude? Well, headers are here in the data. You can see it's like the column names. You can see it says date with open, high, low, close volume, but they're capital. This is coding, dude. You have to be precise. If I look at this, these are lowercase and they say date time. So I'm just going to say, hey, look at this, dude. Let's use the AI. Let's keep using AI to build these algos. If you're not using AI, you're falling behind fast. You're falling behind so fast, old head, bro. Come on. You're not smarter than the AI. There's only 4 people in the United States smarter than the AI right now. And it's only 2025. What's 2030 going to look like, dog? I'm a data dog. At directional index. Please look at this back test here and then go ahead and update the data, the way we handle the data, so it will work with both data sets, the different types of data sets we have. I have an example in the RSI Guppy that will show you how we're working with 2 different types of columns, essentially, from 2 different sets of data. So this will allow us to test both sets of data easily. RSI Guppy. RSI Guppy, puppy. Let's get it. John says, Moondev, I've been trading futures on NYSE for about a year now, and I'm trying to rotate profits into crypto. Where should I start, brother? I'm not a financial advisor, unfortunately, so I can't give advice like that. But if you really want crypto, if you want to play in crypto, dude, you know, BTC is always the best entry point because it's the safest, and they're not safe. That shit could go down 50%. But, you know, I can tell you the narratives that have been popping off lately are obviously meme coins, but they're getting crushed. BTC, look into that stuff. I can give you some resources of where to look. That's a good question, though. It's a good question. So if you're on the future side, where should I start? Well, let me go ahead and just answer that in depth real quick. So I'm not a financial advisor, but I can give you resources on crypto. Okay. First things first, get to know these 2 websites, or this website, CoinGecko.com. CoinGecko has every single token listed in order of market cap. This is the thing you'd look at. Market cap is same in stocks. Yeah. Market cap, size of company, size of crypto. There's a bajillion cryptos out there. So be careful. Most of them are going to go to zero. Dude, I'm not a financial advisor, though. I'll give you the resources. CoinGecko is important. If you want to know about meme coins, birdeye.so is important, and Dex Screener is important. What other websites do I use? Oh, you have to be on crypto Twitter. Crypto Twitter is where everybody talks about this stuff and everybody just nerds out and yells at each other. And you learn a lot though. So just go to Twitter here. You can follow me, dude. Follow me on Twitter, not because I'm like a great tweeter or something, but you can then just look at who the people I follow, and then you'll get onboarded to the industry quite quickly because you'll see what they're talking about. But that's a really good question. I know a lot of people are in the boomer stocks and the futures and all that, and they want to be inside crypto. It's much more dangerous. It's much more dangerous,
Don't
dude.
run with the pack. If everyone is trying to solve the same problem, or a whole group of people, if that's the latest and greatest thing to do, don't do that. Do something original. Don't follow the pack.
You know what's funny? I seen a quant's video and he said you got to be a mathematician to be a quant. I think he's just a big head and he's trying to gatekeep, but I'm no mathematician. There's so many edges out there, and you just heard Jim Simons. He says, don't follow the pack. If the pack thinks you need to be a mathematician to be a quant, are you going to follow the pack? I don't know. I've never followed the pack though. So when people tell me I can't do something, I just try it. You know, like, because I met a dude that's not like a mathematician or anything, and he's killing it. So I'm like, okay, I could do that too then. Damn, we're on 2011. We're getting mad data for this euro, bro. Okay, so we have all of this code now, and the two data sources should be Gucci now. Let's see it. I'll update the directional index. Okay, let's go ahead and apply it. I think I already did that part, but added data normalization. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and try to run this new backtest. Remember, it's research and then backtest. I'm not even going to show you the implement yet, dude. Why would I? Python. Okay, so no data name that. That's my bad. Let's go ahead and get the new data up there, dude. I'm a data dog. I'm a data dog. Crypto data here. Okay, so let's get the, I don't know, which data do we want to start with, dude? BTC 1000 weeks. Okay, copy path. I need to put the full path in there because something's going on here, and yeah, it's easier to do it this way. Long story short, okay, there it goes. It went ahead and backtested it perfectly. Sick, dude. Make sure this doesn't output the HTML file. Of the chart. I just want it to pull it up, but not, I don't want it to save it in my thing, in my cursor, in my Visual Studio Code, in my environment. I don't want it to save the HTML. That's all. Okay, so let's go ahead here and let's go to the data here and delete this because I don't like when it does that. And so there's something called cursor rules. And cursor rules, you see how I've been working with this AI all day to do stuff? I can build a cursor rules file, and I believe it's .cursor rules, and it will pass these instructions in every single time for this project, but it's very powerful, dude. I love it a lot. I'm grateful for cursor rules. Somebody showed me that. You guys show me everything. Top picks, Moondev, AI agents. Okay, it should be .cursor rules. Yes. And I'm going to grab these cursor rules because I like them. When backtesting, make sure to never save the .html file for the plot, but do show the plot. Just don't save it. Okay, so cursor rules is pretty cool because you can say these things, and now locally in this project, it will always follow these rules. So don't make a new virtual environment. Update requirements.txt. Make sure each file stays under 800 lines. For backtesting, use backtesting.py. If you ever need open, high, low, close volume data. Grab one from here. Find one from... I'm actually going to remove that rule because for this project, if you need to build AI, check out our model factory here. Okay, we don't have that. That's different. Okay, sick, dude. This is gonna be nice. Okay, directional now. Did you see this, dude? Did you see it? We got it. Okay, let's print the data. Print stats. Print the full stats though, dude. I don't always print the full stats. Okay, let's do that. Let's put that in the cursor rules, dude. So always print the full stats of the backtest, not just pieces. Do this by print stats. Okay, so now the cursor rules, cursor is the thing I'm using to code here, and now no. Look at your rules and update this backtest to abide by them. Let's see. I've never done something like that. I need to update the backtest to include more print statements. Hey. I'm not going to do that. It's okay. I don't need her to do that. I just was curious. Show legend, resample, open browser, print stats here. Okay. So now when I run this, it should print the full stats, and that's pretty dope, dude. Much love to you. You got all the code. Okay, so you can see the return is no money on this one. Exposure time is good, but it's no money on this one. Let's go ahead and test the new. Let's test a new set of data though, because you remember what happened last time, right? Test some new data, test some new things. Let's go ahead and try this Apple data. How about that? So copy path. God damn, dude, this is game from 2011. That's so far. Let's close some of these tabs up here because we're data dogs, but we're not tab dogs. I don't like tabs, bro. I don't like these tabs up here. Let's close them. So the cursor rules, thank you. Okay. We're going to go to the crypto data here and we're going to paste in this data now. Okay. So let's see how it does on the 1 day data here of Apple. And you can see it outputted it. Boom. Return is negative 34%. Buy and hold is much better. DMI strategy. It seems that this code still prints out, or it still saves the .html file of the plot, and I don't want that. So let's make sure this always print full stats when backtesting. Never. Okay, that's good. I just don't like this clogging up my things, dog. Like, it's okay. Maybe for the once things actually work, but right now we're just out here being data dogs. We're coming up with ideas and we're backtesting. We know most are going to be trash. They have to be. You got to dig through the trash for the gold, dog. It's not easy. This game is not easy. Don't fuck around and think this is some easy. Click on this motherfucking YouTube video, make $1 million. If you do that, you're going to get liquidated. You have to bring your own edge, dude. If you don't bring your own edge, you are literally going to burn your cash. Fast. I promise you, bro. Okay, so this one here, it's looking better. It printed out at matplotlib. Why would it do that? TAlib here. This is the strategy here on Apple. It's still not a winner on Apple. Let's go ahead and check out Microsoft maybe. So this is kind of fun being able to just like swap in data like this. I should build something here that tests it on all of them. That'd be smart. That would be a smart thing to do, but I'm not a smart dude. I just keep it pushing, B. I know I never will stop. I never will stop. You might stop me. No way. Me. No way. He says consider running it in a Docker container. I wonder why. Why? He said he doesn't even know what we're building. He said, what are we building today? And he said I should... You can't listen to nobody, bro. I swear to God. Whatever your vision is, bro. Oh my God. So not looking too hot on this one as well. That's okay. Let's go look at a little bit more data. I'll take another couple tests. We already found a winning back test.
Talent you have naturally.
That's fire.
Skill is only developed by hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft.
Hours and hours and hours. And Will said it right, dude. This is not easy. It's only from hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft. Another loser here. Poor me. Let's go ahead and try out the let's try some 1 minute data. I don't know. Just test it all. See what type of ideas come through. This one prints out a chart and I don't like it. I still wanted to use the regular chart from the backtesting library. Right now, it seems like it's printing out a different type of chart. Maybe Matplotlib or something. I still wanted to pop up the chart into my browser, but I just don't want it to save the HTML file. Ah, I understand. Thank you, Shorty. Thank you. Because you can see this one here. This one did poorly as well. So in this situation, I don't see much good out of this backtest. And that's okay. We're going to keep it pushing. And I'm going to test one more set of data here. Let's try some 6-hour data. How about that? Accept here. And then let's go ahead down here and swap out the data. Okay, sick. So scroll down here and I hit Control C. Kill the terminal with Control C. That's important to know, dude. If you don't know how to do that. All right, so here's another one, and it's also trash. So I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna get another backtest up. I'm gonna get another backtest up. Let's go ahead and move it. Let's keep moving it, dude. Let's keep moving it. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing. Let's get one more backtest in, dude. Let's get one more backtest in. RBI, research, backtest, and then implement. Only if it works in the past. Please save yourself. Save yourself. Save yourself, dude. All right, let's go ahead and call it another backtest. I would take that one as an L and keep it pushing. Okay, so we got one that works. Let me go ahead and push all this code. Push this new file here. It's called directional index to the GitHub. And then commit it and do all that stuff. You got full authority, shorty. You got full authority to run it up. Run command. Awesome. Now it's on the GitHub. How do you get the GitHub? If you can make it through the challenge, you can have the GitHub. But if you can't, then sorry, bro. I showed you everything in the video. You have all the code. You just got to put a little bit more work in. Git ignore. Okay. Backtest here. Data. Yo, what happened to my bots, bro? Is it because there's nothing in there yet? Maybe. README. Okay, so let's go ahead to the README here of this. Trading bot section. The process I follow is the RBI system, which starts with researching. Honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this, dude, because why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I copy paste? Save time. Time is money, dude. I don't need all that. Say copy here. At this README, at README. Please go ahead and update this README in order to have the RBI process explained and the reason that we are going to stack a bunch of winning backtests prior to building the bot is all explained above. I truly believe that nobody should just go run or build a trading bot. I think they need to get in the trenches first and understand if that strategy actually works in the past, because if it works in the past, it's not guaranteed to work in the future, but it's much more likely than something that doesn't work in the past. So please just explain this in this README and the whole RBI framework based off of the above. It's all written there, so you just have to format it nicely. So just have the AI do everything for us, because why wouldn't we? There we go. Thank you, Shorty. Thank you very, very much. I'm very grateful for you. You're very, very kind. Thank you. 777 to you too, dude. Thanks for being here. We got Euro data coming through. Run command. Okay. So now all of that's there. Let's go to the requirements. Let's go to the README. Okay. I also think now that I sent you all that information on what the RBI process actually is, you can update the main README as well to make it a little bit better. Please go ahead and do that. At README here. README. We got double READMEs up in here because we're README guys now. There we go. Dissertations. What the fuck are dissertations, dude? Accept here and then run. Accept again. All right, let's do our next back test. Let's do another back test, dude. Another back test, another back test. All right, so we're gonna call this one the price oscillator. Nah, let's say oscillate divergence .py. Okay, so I'll explain it a little bit, but again, you could go use AI. I've shown you how to use AI to explain things, dude. All you gotta do, dude, if you ever get stuck here while you're here with me or anything, you see all my code all day. It's all here. Let me just scroll through this last back test here, just so to make sure you actually have it. But if you ever get stuck here, just know that with time, you can learn how to code. I did not know how to code for my entire life.
I don't care how good you are in anything. You don't have discipline. You ain't nobody.
Right.
You're nothing without discipline. Because you give up under the slightest struggle without discipline.
100%.
I mean, discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it.
Doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it. That is a great quote.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can do that, you can be successful in anything.
You know, you normally are.
Yo, 777 creative, thank you. The 777 is my helper. So, you know, if I was learning how to code, dude, I would copy down every single line of code that I write and then just go like this. Copy. Please tell me chunk by chunk, as somebody learning how to code in Python, what does each and every single part of this code here that I just posted do? And then give me 3 examples of how to use it. Remember, I'm just learning. Just say that, dude. And then you can learn anything on my screen. This is Cursor. I'll break down the DMI strategy. You can do the same thing with ChatGPT or whatever. Then you can see it will teach me everything. And you just keep asking, keep asking, keep asking. My Trippy kit was 4 hours a day. If I had AI, though, during those 4 hours, I would have learned so much faster because I would have done this. But I was learning from videos and they were telling me what I was learning. You know, it was like I logged into a video and they told me what I'm learning, dude. So you got AI now, dude. You can touch the sky. All right, so I'm just going to put the source to this if you are curious about more about this strategy, but it's called the absolute price oscillator divergence strategy. And then here's the source. You can read more about it, but I'm gonna get it all to you. I want to code this out. Import pandas, okay. Import numpy is I don't need numpy, but that's okay. Backtesting, yes. Import backtesting. Actually, I gotta do this a little bit differently, dog. From backtesting.lib, import crossover. From backtesting, import backtesting strategy, okay. And I'm gonna say class APO strategy. And then I'm gonna say here, I'm gonna give it a little note, parameters for API. Okay, fast period here. Yep, fast period, we're gonna do 11. And then slow period here, 21. Slow period, 21. And then we're gonna say def init self I, and then we're gonna say self dot APO equals self dot I, and then we're gonna open this up a little bit so you can keep seeing it. Fast period equals self dot fast period, okay. Slow period equals slow period, and MA type actually equals 0. These are just the inits. Ma type. Ma, what's up? How you doing, shorty? Def next self. Okay. We're going to go ahead and say entry conditions here. And you're wrong. So the AI is not always right, dude. It's not always going to be right. It's actually, when you're building custom stuff like this, It can sometimes help, but I like the AI through the chat more, to be honest. But this is helpful sometimes. It also sometimes gets in the way, though. You know, it's like, get up out of my face, bro. I can't even see all these pop-ups. Self.cell here. And then we need to make the exit conditions here. So exit conditions, condiciones. If self dot position, then we want to say if self dot position is long and crossover 0 self dot APO. Okay. And then self dot position dot close here. And then we're going to say Aleph self dot position is short and crossover of, that's actually right. So then we're going to close the position. Okay. Then we need to go ahead and delete all of this because you're tripping. I want to go ahead and load data because you know what it is. You know what it is, dude. You already know. I don't need to tell you anymore. I don't need to tell you about my dog in this, dude. I don't. Because you already know I'm a dead dog. You think I'm ever going to slow down? No way. They say, take a break. Why? It's not like I work that hard. I live on an island, dude. I'm chilling. A few hours a day. Keep the doctor away. The thing different between me and you is I focus, dude. I got one thing going on. One thing. Okay, so you can see it actually just jumped me ahead. And let's say data.sort data. Sort index in place equals true. Okay. And then we want to backtest the strategy. I put a $1 million cache, APO strategy, the data, and bt.run. And before I do this, I'm going to do the same thing because let's say at OSC, it's an oscillator. Please go ahead and look at my other file, the RSI Guppy, to see how we made it so it could work with multiple headers of data because we have different data sources that I'll be testing out. So yeah, just look at the RSI Guppy in order to update the OSC divergence file in order to have the same type of fixes so it works on both the headers and data types. I don't know, dude. I'm a bad prompter. Get off me, B. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and make this a little bigger, dude. Oh my God. Okay. Let's move this over here. Data types. I'm a data type dog. Okay, RSI dog. Yo, 777. You want the Discord plant? Plant daddy. Juice dog, he says was gonna follow, but 777, dude. Thank you, dude. Thank you for not following me, bro. He said drop the Dissy, dude. I'll drop the Dissy right now, dude. I'm only dropping Dissies these days in the streams though. Streams only, bro. Because I don't want to be around. I don't want to be around people that just are popping in. I don't want popper-inners, dude. I don't want popper-inners. If you're actually locked on this industry, let's get it. If not, then, you know, that's low KS cabron. So let me go ahead and get that Dissy for you, dude. I'm gonna put it in the chat right now if you want to get in the Discord. I'm only letting people that are actually in the trenches in the Discord, dude. So if you're locked, dude, if you're locked here every day, shit, I'll drop it maybe once a day. I don't know. I just want to make sure to keep curating, dude. Keep curating. Okay, there it's dropped, bro. It's dropped in both YouTube and TikTok or whatever you call that. Twitch, whatever. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Okay, let's get it. Okay. Got it. This is too zoomed in. I'm sorry. I gotta zoom back out. Can you guys throw a 1 in the chat if this is zoomed out? Can you read this text? Throw a 1 in the chat if this is fine text, because any closer and I just can't see the code. So throw a 1 in the chat if you can. He says, Trench baby, appreciate you. Good looks. My pleasure. Juice dog. Juice dog and Plant Daddy. 777. Thank you, H Freeman. Okay, look. Did we switch to a new one? Yahoo Daily. Oh yeah, we got the Euro data, dude. So I just showed you how to get Euro USD data since 2021, dude. It's readable for you guys. Thank you. So no, since 2003, excuse me. We got the data from 2003 for the Euro, and now we're doing it for the GBP. The GBP. Thank you, Juice. Thank you, Plant. Thank you, K Flow. Thank you, Freeman. Thank you, 777. Much love. Okay, so we're gonna keep it pushing. Appreciate you, Andrew.
It's been real. Don't get involved if you ain't gonna die for it. Take this. I bought some hollow tips for your homeboy.
Okay, so let's go to the OSC, and now let's run it. So where'd that terminal go, dude? It's over here. Okay, let's put it right here for now. Okay, that's a good spot for it, dude. Cursor here. Okay, that's getting that. Okay. And we already applied this. Yes. Okay, copy path here. And now we're going to test this back test. I don't even know what data is on, dog. Let's make sure we got the data right. ETH 6 hour. Okay, whatever. I don't care. Python. Yo, bro. You're not listening to my cursor rules, are you? Clearly not. Let's say, it seems like a couple of my rules about the HTML was not followed here. Sorry to dog ya, but it's true. You're absolutely right. Except, thank you. I just don't like when they save that file. I don't know why, but... Oh, you know what I could do? Let's see. I just don't like that file that much. Show notebook. Uh-oh. It's all good if you have to save that file. Just save it to this path. Because I don't know what this show notebook stuff is. If you have a quick workaround that works with how I want it without saving the CSV or the HTML, then let's use that, obviously. But if not, then just save it to this file path. I just want to keep it nice and clean up in this hole. So let's make another file here, and this is going to be called moondev.com. Charts. Copy path. You can see it's a trash strat, but you know, is what it is. Most of it's trash, and that's okay. That's okay, dude. That's the game. That's the game we're playing. Print stats here. Stats. I need to print stats, cousin. Doesn't seem like my cursor rules are really listening to me. Do not just print portions of the back testing stats. Print all. Print all, dude. Print all. Please, please, please. Okay. Let's go ahead and run this back, dude. Okay, there's all the stats. Exposure time, 5%. Nice. Let's go ahead and run this again because it opened on my other tab, but it actually didn't load, which was odd. Oh, it's probably too many candles. Yeah, it's too many candles. Anyways, we got the full stats here. It's a loser as well, but let's change it. Change the... Wait, is it too many candles? Yeah, too many candles to plot. Yep. Do you only trade Forex? No, I don't trade Forex. I mean, if you call crypto Forex, then I guess I do. And I guess that would be fair to call crypto Forex. Foreign exchange. But nah, I'm a crypto guy. Hence the NFT picture that I show off everywhere all day. Oh. He's so lame, bro. Okay, so this one's a bad strat, but let's just go ahead and just keep it pushing. How about that? So this is 6 hour, 1000 weeks. So that's why I wasn't able to print out all of the data. But let's go ahead and let's try this new Euro data, dude, because we just got the Euro data and we didn't have that before. But we got everything we need, dude. Me, you, AI, and we know how to code, dude. Let's get it. Okay, so this one here had a negative return. Buy and hold's negative as well, but I don't know if people actually hold Euro. I don't trade this place. I don't trade over here. Oh, that's why you were asking me if I only trade Forex, because I am pulling Forex data. I'm usually only doing crypto stuff, bro. But today I just wanted to use some extra data sources. You can see this one didn't work either. So let's keep it pushing. That was Google. Copy path here. Now, ideally, you could spend a little bit more time here on these things, and together I've gone through 3 back tests. One of them's been decent on one time frame. But ideally, we can learn from each of these. So even if we're searching through trash for gold, we can learn from each of them. We can learn from everything. Okay, let's go ahead and check out some crypto data here. Lower time frames are tough, dude, but let's just do it for funsies. Oh, snap. I ran that in the wrong place. My bad. I'm going to kill this, actually. I don't need I have the GPT. Okay, so you can see it's working here. It's trading a lot. 98% return, negative. You wish, dude. You wish. Okay, let's pull in some new data. Let's just keep pulling data in. How about that? That's fun. That's a fun game to play. Let's just keep pulling data. Here's some storage data. Copy path. OS divergence. Let's check it out. OS. Oscillator. Okay, so negative 3% return. I'm going to move on to another strategy, dude. Please go ahead and commit and then push that strategy, this file here, to GitHub. All right, let's move on to another one, dude. Let's get another shot in. And it's about taking shots, dude. Everything is about continuing to test ideas and see what works. See what doesn't work. Because if you know what doesn't work, you're not going to trade that. That's beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead and call this one here. ADX. The ADX star.py. And I'll explain it. Let me explain all of it. Essentially, we're going to be using the ADX and the parabolic SAR strategy here. Okay, let's get it. Let's code it out. Let's code it out. You're going to see all the code. Import pandas. Wait, if you didn't see that last code, here's all the code. Just in case you didn't see it, dude. Here's all the code. I'll go fast. I want to make sure you have everything I have. Good or bad. Doesn't matter, dude. It's about getting that system implemented into your life, dude. If you want to play this game. I like the RBI system. Obviously, I'm biased, but from backtesting, at the end of the day, I think somebody that works on something for 4 hours a day is going to beat somebody that just doesn't. So it's pretty simple. So we're going to say class here. ADX parabolic SAR strategy. Okay, it actually has it. So def init here, and then we'll say self. Okay, and then we'll pass this in, and we'll say the indicators that we need to initiate. Self.ema5 equals self.i, and then talib.ema. Okay, self.data.
Only get one ticket, might as well enjoy the ride and just do what the fuck you wanna do.
And say what the fuck you wanna say. Do what the fuck you wanna do. TA-lib keeps coming up, doesn't it, dude? Yes, it's nice. I like it. Okay, so this one we're gonna say self.SMA80 here equals self.i and talib.SMA self.data.close and time period equals 80. Actually, yeah, good guess, bro. And then we're gonna say self.ADX here equals self.i, and then say talib.ADX self.data.high self.data.low self.data.close time period equals 14. Okay, self.plus plus di ADX star. You're a star, dude. You're a star. Keep going, bro. You're a star. Self.i, and we're gonna say talib.plus di, then self.data.high low close time period 14. Yes, bros. Okay, we're gonna go ahead here and say minus di. Okay, minus di. Okay, self.i, and then we're gonna say talib.minus di. Yes, okay. Time period, yes, perfect. And then we're gonna have to say psar. Actually, I'm gonna say psar and say self.talib.sar. Yes, high, low, acceleration 0.02, 0.2. Yes, okay. So then we do the next statement. Remember, next is what's run on every bar. Determine the trend direction and price. Price above SMA equals self.data.close -1 and self. Yep, that's actually right. And then this is not correct. So you can see this AI, the cursor is cool. I mean, it's cool. I like the other stuff better though. The chat and stuff. It's helpful sometimes. But like I said, it's a little tricky sometimes too. Self.psr, okay. Then PSR downtrend equals self.data.high -1, and then self.psar -1, okay. And then we'll say if long entry conditions, if PSAR uptrend and self.ADX -1 is over 20 and self.minus DI is bigger than, no, is smaller than 10. Okay, then we keep it pushing. Then we'll say self.buy. Okay. Now we got to figure out our shorts. Short entry conditions. What you know about Devin the dude? What you know about Devin the dude? Devin's the dude. Devin's my dude. I follow that man everywhere around the country to go all the shows, bro. Not all of them. Not all of them. I've been to like 4 Devin shows though. I love Devin. Devin's my favorite artist ever. Favorite artist ever, dude. You from Texas or something? I'm actually from the Northwest, but I grew up on Devin the Dude, Trey the Truth, and Zero. Devin, Trey, and Zero. That's my guys. Short entry rules and self.ADX -1 over 20 and self dot. I feel like this is just, it's similar. Self dot plus DI -1 under 10. Yes. Okay, let's get it. Then we're going to sell. Okay. Exit positions are next. Yes. If self dot position, if self dot ADX is -1 under 40. Okay. Or the PSAR uptrend and self dot position dot is short, or PSAR downtrend and self dot position dot is long, self dot position dot close. Okay, sick, dude. Look at that. Look at that. So something's off here. What did we do wrong? Unindented. Okay. If is right here. Okay, PSAR and okay, and I just need to update this a bit because I got a little crazy with it. And then went and missed something actually. I need to have the plus DI and self dot plus DI -1 over 20. Self dot buy. Short entry is LF. Okay. PSAR downtrend. I'm going to do the same thing because I made this very confusing looking. I made it as confusing looking as possible. And then this one should be, we need to have the minus here. And self dot minus DI. Okay. Self dot sell. Okay, perfect. And then LF. He says top 5 highest moments for sure. Higher than a Martian fart, dude. Everybody needs to experience a Devin show. I agree, dude. I agree, dude. Oh my God, you gotta get higher than a Martian for with Devin. Devin is your favorite rapper, whatever they say, dude. Love Devin. If self dot ADX is under 40 or PSR uptrend and self dot position is short or PSR downtrend and self dot position is long, okay, self dot position dot close. I'm gonna use AI to figure this out, dude, because I don't see it. There's just I'm missing something somewhere. Let me keep it pushing and see if it works itself out. Sometimes that does it. Data equals pd.read. Read CSV. I'm actually going to go ahead and say this. Let's go L here. I actually got an indent area. I can't really see it. Maybe you can see it, but go ahead and fix that. And then also set up this file to be just like the RSI Guppy, where it goes ahead and makes it so we can handle multiple types of data. So I'm just gonna screenshot this in here so you can use screenshots too. It's pretty far.
I knew I was gonna make it. I just ain't know how. But I knew. This world is what you make it. You create your own environment. It all starts with a vision. What you can imagine, you can create.
Okay, and okay, build here at ADX star, and example of data here. So we data dogs, dude. We are data dogs. Okay, let's get it. Who can get their dick sucked while they boo boo? I can't. Oh my God, Devin's such a fool, bro. He's so funny is the thing. It's like he says the funniest shit ever. Oh my God. And he's just not even trying to be funny. And he says it's like you don't even like sit there and laugh at it until you think about it. Like you just said it to me. Who can get their dick sucked while they boo boo? I can. I could like I've been on this stream before, dude, and I go down the Devin dude route, and it's cool to have some Devin fans in here because I'm a big Devin guy. And I will listen to Devin pretty much every single day. That's why I have him pop up on the stream like this. But I don't know. It's just so smooth, dude. So smooth, and he tells it like it is. Low key mentor, mid key, dude. He's got a good outlook on life. Anything is plenty, man. He's got a great outlook, dude. Do what you want to do, dude. Don't listen to nobody. Do what the fuck you want to do. You only get one ticket. Might as well enjoy the ride. You might as well enjoy the ride. Literally. Might as well get higher than a Martian fart and enjoy the motherfucking ride with Devin. Because he gets his dick sucked while he boo-boos. But I don't want to get too deep into watching Devin videos and stuff like that because then I get flagged and then I can't have the show go on no more. And I can't code anymore, but I love Devin. He the best. Okay, I want to see what this error was. Let's see. I'll fix the indentation error. Let's see how they fix it, just because I'm a curious cat. I don't see it. I don't see it, dude. Okay, whatever. This is not the point. I don't need to see it. That's the point of AI, dude. It's literally the point of AI. You don't need to know what's going on. You do though, in order to like debug stuff. I don't know. Now I'm saying both things, bro. Whatever. I feel like you do need to know how to code, but I'm also biased. Like I learned how to code before AI, and I don't know. I don't know. Like maybe people are figuring out how to do this stuff without learning how to code, but I'd imagine it's much, much harder because you don't know how to debug and yada yada, yada yada. You think it's the if PSAR thing? Well, I guess we got it. So fire. This return is -3%. Let's try out a different data set here. For fun, let's just do the 1 minute. 1 minutes are extremely over, because every trade. So you think about it like this. If you're trading on a 1 minute, dude, you have to pay this fee on every trade. So there's going to be much more trades on the 1 minute. So if we're using like 2 years of data and it's just going to chop you up. The more you trade, the less you have. Because you have to pay fees on the entry and exit. Everyone wants to be a hyper frequent trader, high frequency trading 1,000 times a day, but you don't have to do that. Remember, the more you trade, the less you have, literally, because there's a fee and slippage on every trade. So remember that when building strategies. It's harder when you go to a lower time frame like the 1 minute. I think that's very important to know, because we read books like Flash Boys and I don't know. Okay, so did I not save this or something? No, dude, I didn't even go to the right fucking file. You're a dweeb, dude. Come on. Lock in, bro. Lock in. ADX star. I didn't even copy path. That's why I didn't change. Okay, here's the new strategy we just built. Python ADX star. Okay, here we go. There she goes. She blew up immediately. Immediately, dude. 98%. How do you figure out the indicator values for PSR, like the if 20? How can I get more literate in that area? I feel super ignorant in knowledge base. Yeah, dude, you just kind of gotta like, I'm not gonna sit here and explain all of these things, unfortunately, but the best way to do